What I think about Kenyon Martin calling Draymond Green a fake tough guy, I got no problem with it. Draymond clapped back on him and said, "You one-time All-Star." But see, this is the thing. I wouldn't have no problem with Kenyon saying it because Draymond Green acts like I don't even think Draymond Green is on the same tier as Bill Laimbeer. And Laimbeer had a better outside shot. Draymond Green acts like he is like the equivalent to Steph Curry or Klay Thomas or Kevin Durant was. He runs his mouth. He's an antics kind of dude. He's one of those kind of people that gets under your skin. But let's keep it 100. In the real world, he would be bench swapped, probably playing for the Hawks or the Raptors. He'd be on who he played with. He's been able to be in the pockets because how he called Kevin Durant out his name, how he did Jordan Poole. His antics cost them a couple rings potentially, but for whatever reason, Steve Kerr and Steph and them keep him around. He fit to an extent, but let's not get it twisted. He longs to be, he's a triple junior broke whopper version of Dennis Rodman, okay? While he can actually score and run the floor when he did, he ain't consistent. And his pseudo tactics and what he tried to do is lame. Kenyon Martin is right, because if Draymond Green played in back in the day or played where they allowed you to put some contact with all the wrestling techniques, what he did to Avita Sabonis and Steven Adams and Rudy Gobert, I can't stand Gobert, but still, headlock, choke lock, just always doing the most, because his butt ends up being a 2-2-2 plan. Two turnovers, two flagrant fouls, and two seats. And he's always talking and chirping, triple single. For a guy who that's all he wants to talk about, what he's done with his rings and all that. He has had a small hand in it, but he ain't the focal point. They just let him go. But the thing about it is Kenyon is right. Kind of like that. So I don't be condoning but he be saying it all. I wasn't the biggest Kenyon Martin fan, but I ain't got no problem with Kmart calling out Draymond Green because even when cats like Kenyon played tough, they weren't trying to soap themselves up like they were an all-star. They played with somebody great, but Draymond's actually rocks the clutch sports, acts like he's part of clutch, and he's actually just slurped up enough where he's gotten over. And that's the trip out thing. They've allowed him to manipulate. They've allowed him media. They actually act like he's going, you know, and that's all he's doing. But he ain't the focal dude. And the thing about it is you acting like you big and bad, but you weren't the first or second or the third option, you know. And I don't know how a guy like that who cost his team a ring and hit and punched a teammate, which was uncalled for. But he runs his mouth and he gets to flap his gums and he's tiresome. But I ain't got no problem with Kenyon Martin calling out Draymond Green. Because there's a lot of stuff he does would not fly back in the day. It shouldn't be flying today. But for whatever reason, Steve Kerr don't say nothing. They let him kind of be one of the last ones talking. So you go figure. But yeah, I ain't got no problem with Kenyon Martin clapping on him. I think it's long overdue. Because Draymond is just an old tired bully who he just gets on your nerves with his whole antics. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another shit. If you like, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. One more time. Peace.